Welcome to FBB Forum. I just wanted to say I'm going to be sponsoring the Triple O Dynasty this year. This is my first time being a sponsor for a show, but I'm really honored to do it. So that's coming up April 4th, 2026 in Phoenix. So definitely check it out, Triple O Dynasty. But I'm really pleased to get a chance to speak with the amazing IFBB Figure Pro, Maria Berretta, and welcome her to the podcast. Maria just won her pro card at the 2025 NPC Nationals just last month. And she lives in LA. And she also has a personal training business as well. And it's great to see you, Maria. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you. No, I appreciate your time and it's great to see you. Um, Before I forget, you mentioned you were at LA Fit Expo and you did
Yeah,
something kind of unusual and with cosplay. What happened there?
yes. The promoter, Gia Gold, reached out to me and she said that she thought it might be a good fit for me to give the show a try. It was the first show that they did at the Fit Expo. I think they're going to have another one in Anaheim at that expo as well. She
Okay.
says I have to go defend my title. I did win.
Oh, that's so
But
awesome.
yeah, it was kind of cool. It was a little bit of a hybrid between like bodybuilding, but also cosplay,
Okay.
which was really fun. I portrayed Super Saiyan Kale from Dragon Ball Z.
Awesome. So
And I did
cool.
feel a little bit out of my element because I am a figure athlete, as you said, and for my performance, did more of like a women's physique style, uh, like little routine there. So I did
Okay.
feel a little nervous going into it because it's not my lane, but I had a blast.
I think that's so awesome. I love, and you said the video might be coming out soon,
Yeah, yeah, I'll get that posted on my socials as soon as I get it.
but and you have pictures on your socials now?
I do.
Oh, cool. I'm definitely gonna check that out. I missed that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
definitely
it
check
was
that
fun.
out. I love that. I
Anytime I
think
get the
that's,
excuse to dress up, I'm like, I'm there.
oh, I love it. I think that's so awesome. And Dragon Ball Z is pretty cool too. I think that's
Yeah.
awesome. So popular too. Uh, so I had my first few questions about how you got started in bodybuilding, and I was wondering if you had an athletic or sports background before you started training and competing in bodybuilding.
Yeah, so my very first experience with weight training was actually in high school when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
Uh, I like PE, like my physical education. I started weight training with a football team,
Oh,
which
wow.
was which was fun. As a kid, I did try like figure skating. I've always been more of like a solo athlete, I would say. I've never really been into team sports.
Oh, sure. I got you. Yeah.
But I did try figure skating for a bit on ice. I also love the cold. I know Los Angeles, I'm in the wrong state, but I wasn't great at it. Like I had coaches and everything, but I have no hops. I couldn't get off.
Oh, really? Oh, that would
So
be
that was
tough to
that
do
was
at
pretty
that.
short-lived.
That's cool though. I bet that would be kind of fun though to do. And it's
Yeah,
so beautiful too to watch them
it
do the
is.
figure skating. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I struggled with. I'm not very graceful.
Oh, really? Oh, I see. I bet the hops would be really tough though, because you have to get the strength to get up off the ice like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm terrible at ice skating. I grew up in Fort Myers, Florida, and we didn't have an ice skating rink until I was a teenager. And then when I tried it, it
Mm.
was a disaster. It was not, not good at all. Oh man. I was curious when, in terms of getting involved in bodybuilding competition, when did you do your first contest and who convinced you to do your first contest?
Oh man, there was no convincing necessary. So it was actually and that might be a talk for a different day, but I wanted to compete for like the last 12 years.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. I have some weird connective tissue disease and I wasn't
Hmm.
aware that I had that disease.
Okay.
So I would just constantly be hurt, tearing ligaments, breaking bones, and it was like
Oh,
a constant struggle. So I hired my first coach because I wanted to do a bodybuilding show 12 years ago,
okay.
but it was just like this cycle of like injuries and I would get up to building into a certain point and be like, okay, okay, I'm starting to like the physique, and then boom, something would happen,
Oh,
and I would
wow.
have to quit. And yeah, for 10 years. When I first wanted to compete, I I did mention to you previously, like I'm naturally an ectomorph. Like I'm very, very thin. I'm one of
Uh-huh.
those where like I could eat all the junk in the world and like not gain weight.
Wow. Oh,
So
wow.
so it was, and I was skinny my whole life. That's actually what got me into wanting to be a bodybuilder was I used to get made fun of a ton, like as a little
Really?
girl, for
Okay.
being skinny. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Oh, wow. I'm sorry you got teased though, but yeah.
Yeah, right. I know kids are
Um,
awful. It's like you're too skinny, you get made fun of. You're too big, you get made fun of. You're never just right, but it's all right. But
um,
that was something that I wanted to do for a very long time. But I thought I'd only ever fit into bikini because
oh,
of my size.
yeah,
Uh,
I understand.
but I always dreamt of being bigger. Like I still don't think I'm big enough. The
Oh,
constant
yeah.
struggle.
No,
But I
I
started finally 2 years ago. I started competing.
oh, wow. That's awesome. How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 37.
37. Oh, very
Yeah.
cool. Wow. And I with this connective tissue disease, is that something that still is something that still you have to face, or were you able to overcome it?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's genetic, so there's no cure.
Mm.
But after getting the diagnosis, I was able to do like a ton of research and find something to help me just in my healing, and injury prevention. Just, being aware of what it was made it possible for me to find solutions to
Okay.
finally be able to eat. But it is something that I need to like do forever. Like
Really?
I can't have dairy at all, like at all at all. So I have
Oh,
to like change my diet. I do also use peptides,
okay.
and I use
Yeah.
them all the time. It's not something that I'll be able to stop if I want to continue bodybuilding.
I gotcha. I understand. Well, I'm sorry you had to deal with that though. But it sounds like, yeah, doing your research and figuring out how to overcome it has been good for you.
Oh yeah, it changed my life. Yeah, yeah, I was finally able to get on that stage.
Yeah. Yeah, that stinks you had to wait that long, but it's still
So long.
to make it. I was curious, does like your high metabolism have something to do with the connective tissue disease too, do you think? Or
Yeah, it can. It can. It affects everything. Blood pressure too, which actually is kind of funny. Like multiple things that you see as something negative of the disease have actually been beneficial in my bodybuilding,
oh, I
which
see. Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Like you see something that could be seen as terrible actually ends up like helping you. So it's
Yeah.
crazy. But
Huh.
yeah, blood pressure being one. I typically suffer from like lower blood pressure.
Okay.
Uh, but, you know, using all the things that I need to use to be competitive in the sport hasn't made my blood pressure go up at all. So
Oh, I see.
it's
Huh.
pretty cool. And then the diet too, like I was already used to following like a pretty strict diet just to kind of like help control my symptoms. So
Okay.
the dieting part isn't as hard as it would be for a lot of people.
I gotcha. No, I understand that. Oh, wow. That's really, yeah, I can see the pluses and minuses of that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, man. Um, I was curious, is there anybody in the industry that you really look up to as like a fitness role model?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. I actually had the pleasure of running into her again yesterday. Wendy Fortino
Oh,
is
yeah, she's terrific. Yeah, I like her. She's really sweet too.
she's such a super kind, like one of the kindest people I've ever met, and I love what she's doing, like just within like the media and the sport and kind of branching out. And I mean, 8-time Olympian, so, like goals for sure. So she's definitely one. Also, Jessica Reyes Padilla,
Oh,
she's
yeah, she's
a
amazing.
monster.
Yeah, she is. She's great too. I've met her a few times. She's really nice too.
She is. She is. She was at Nationals, not this past one, but the one previous. So I got to meet her there, and I was definitely fangirling.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah. It was interesting, Wendy Fertino, if I recall correctly, she was actually in the Magazine Dreams movie. She had like a small cameo in that movie, but it was cool seeing her like up on the big screen, because I saw
Right?
the
Heck yeah.
movie at the theater. And it was really neat. It was like, wow, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great though. I like them both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, they're both somebody to look up to in terms of, their progression in bodybuilding for sure
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now, I was curious. I know you've been wanting to bodybuild for a long time and be in a bodybuilding competition, but was it when you finally got up there, was it tough for you to get up on stage in a bikini? Was it kind of nerve-wracking for you?
So that is like the craziest part. My very first show, I definitely expected to feel nervous going on stage. I did I did feel like a little bit of nerves the night before just because I didn't know what to expect
Okay.
because I had never done a show before. So I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know what it's going to be backstage, and I wouldn't say it was like crazy anxiety or anything, but I was kind of aware of like, like am I going to like be okay on time and this and that. So it's more worrying about stuff like that.
Okay.
But no, actually the very first time I stepped on stage, and honestly every time after, I felt like I was finally where I belong.
Really?
I had
Nice.
never, prior to that, had an experience where I felt like this is me. Like I belong here.
I
It
gotcha.
was it was wild. Like I was not nervous at all, at all. And I haven't been. I've only done 3 shows actually since I started competing. I
Wow.
Yeah, I turned pro my third show, but in each show it's just I don't want the time that I'm on stage to end. Like it's like the best feeling in the world.
That's
And I don't
terrific.
experience like nerves at all, at all. It's like it just feels so natural being up there.
That's
It's
great. I love
it's
that. I
wild.
love that. Yeah, that's great. You mentioned before we started filming that you're kind of a tomboy though, and
Yeah.
was it tough for you to get up on stage in the heels too?
No, the heels part, no.
No.
So my personality, I was always kind of a tomboy. Like I liked, like playing in the dirt and I like cars. I mentioned to you, like I like guns, I like football,
Yeah.
bodybuilding, obviously, but I dressed really femininely. Like
Okay.
I did like heels. So the heels were fine, but it was
Okay.
more for me like the movements and like the femininity and the stage presence that I struggled with. And thankfully I found the posing coach that I'm currently working with, and he was able to bring that out of me.
Oh, very cool. That's
So
awesome.
that part was something that I had to really work on
Okay.
to kind of make it feel natural.
I
But
understand.
yeah, but that was it. It's just like the movements and
I totally understand that. Yeah.
because
Um,
figure, I feel like it's like the one division where it's kind of like like a culmination, right? Like you want to be muscular, but you also want to be feminine.
yeah, that's
So
true.
it's kind of it's a hard one because you have like the ultra feminine, like the smaller divisions, like bikini or fit model, but then you have physique where you're no longer in heels, right? So I feel like figure is like right in the middle.
I agree. I think you're right about that. Yeah, and there's definitely a lot, especially in the pros, a lot more muscularity in
Oh
figure
yeah.
division too. But yeah, I just feel like it'd be kind of nice to ditch those heels. I bet you might need to do physique maybe, right?
The physique.
That's
I know.
my fan hat talking too. I just like physique because I like the posing and everything too, and the pose down too. The figure ladies
Oh
don't
yeah.
do pose down very often.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Although I
No,
have
for
seen
sure.
it, the
In
physique having a pose down. I mean figure
really
pose down.
figure, really?
Yeah. And you know where they had it actually was at the Masters Olympia, I think this past in 2025. And I think
Really?
Jessica Reyes Padilla actually did
Oh,
do
when she
some,
won.
yeah, she
Yeah.
did some posing up on, the most muscular and everything up there on stage. So
Really? I
yeah,
love that.
it's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
I know, I love it. I think it's cool. Um, if we might have to take a pause, I'm just going to get a cough drop real quick. I'll be right back.
Sure, sure.
I'm going to pause the recording. Okay, we are back. So congratulations on your pro card and your
You.
win at the NPC Nationals, and you look fantastic there. So what
Thank
was your
you.
experience like there?
It was fun. It was great. It was my second time doing that show. The first time was in December of 2024,
Okay.
and I came in fourth that
Okay.
year, which allowed me to automatically qualify for the next year without
Yeah.
having to compete regionally again. And that allowed me to put on a little bit more size, which was the judges' feedback then in 2024 was that I needed to grow.
Okay.
Uh, So that allowed me to do that. And sorry, I got a cough drop too.
Oh, no problem. I got mine here too. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but I had a great experience the first time, and this past year was incredible as well. I've never had a bad experience backstage or anything. I find that the other women are very kind, and just because we're there competing against each other doesn't mean that we have to, be cold and mean to one another. And I've always experienced that. I've been lucky so far. Maybe that'll change in the pros. I don't know, but
That's great
but
though.
so far
Yeah.
it's been incredible.
No, I think that's terrific. And I think would you say like there was a good kind of iron sisterhood there backstage?
100%. I always come out making new friends every time.
That's
Yeah,
terrific. No, I think that's great. There's not, many people can do what y'all do. So to get everybody together like that from all around the country or all around the
yeah.
world sometimes, I think it's kind of amazing to get, and to y'all have similar interests, of course. And so I think
Hmm.
that's great to do that, to get together like that.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great, great experience, and
That's
it
great.
just dream come true.
Oh yeah, I bet. No, that must have been amazing to get your pro card and you won your class too, which was great.
I did, yeah.
And which was class G, I think, right?
Class G, yeah, we're pretty tall. There's another even taller one, but even I say like, oh, I wish I were like 3 inches shorter.
Oh, yeah, you're 5'7", you said? Oh wow,
Yeah,
very cool. Yeah, I think.
pretty tall in the bodybuilding world.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you add the heels to that too, you're gonna be really tall.
Yeah, like 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Um, I would say probably the average, it seems like it's maybe about 5'4" from
Mhm.
bodybuilders. So yeah, that is definitely taller too. So
Yeah,
um and so you said this was not your first pro qualifier, it was your second one. You did the
my second.
2024 nationals.
Hmm.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
It was
Um,
my third show overall, but my second national show.
that's nice too that you didn't have to do another regional show. You were able to automatically qualify for the following year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely made the biggest impact on my placing was that I did have a while longer to build without
Hmm.
having to, like take a pause and do a cut to qualify, right? Like to do another regional show to qualify. That definitely helped me out, especially after the way my year started last year too. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to make nationals.
Really?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do a regional show though. I was in a crazy car accident on January 1st of last year
Oh, really?
and
Wow.
pretty severely injured. Yeah, I have like 8 herniated discs. I had a 45% compression fracture on my T12. So that
Wow.
literally broke my back.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. Wow.
Yeah, it was wild. And in that moment, I really did not think it possible to make the show, but I pushed through it in as safe as a way as I could and ended up winning. So
Oh, wow. So sorry though. What happened with the car accident? How did it occur?
I was a passenger and it was just a freak thing. We're going a little too fast and
Hmm.
hit a dip and lost control and crashed into another car. And yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But because of my connective tissue disease, accidents like that are a lot more dangerous for someone like me because I
Yeah.
do break easier than a normal person. But
Wow.
also, I mean, God's help, of course, but the orthopedic surgeon I saw post accident said that in looking at my MRI, had my back not been so muscular, it could have been a lot worse. And that vertebra in particular, I could have even became paralyzed. So
Really?
yeah,
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow.
so I
So
got lucky.
yeah, did they have to do surgery on you?
No, it was recommended, but I am of the belief that if I can refrain from doing any type of surgery, and I could just, work through it or do PT or anything else besides surgery, I'd rather go that route. But I'm not gonna lie, like I'm still in pain pretty much every single day.
Oh wow. So you literally started the year like really badly and then ended it really well, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah. Yeah.
goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm so sorry you had to go through that though. That
It's okay.
stinks.
It's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy, but it could have been a lot worse. So I'm still
Yeah,
here,
that
still walking and still lifting.
no, that's terrific. I'm glad that you're doing that. And that you're still able to, train and everything.
Yeah.
Um, and we mentioned before we started recording that you're going to take 2026 off from competing and then maybe make pro debut in 2027.
Yes, I was pretty bummed because, like I said, when I'm on stage, I'm just like on top of the world. So knowing that I won't step on a stage again this year, maybe it hasn't, I'm not 100% sure yet, but it was, it bummed me out, you know? Um, but the reality is that, yes, my physique was enough for the pro card, but I also don't want to compete just for the sake of competing. I want to be competitive.
Yeah.
So that means that I do need to grow.
Hmm.
So that only comes with time.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's great. And you said that this having that year off, well, I think I told you too, having that the ladies I've talked to had a year off like that just came back better than ever. So, it probably is good for you to do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was thinking about how much you like being on stage, and a friend of mine, Sherry Priami, who's a pro women's bodybuilding and an Olympian, she talked about going to a show is like going to or it's like being in a wedding because you're getting your hair and your makeup done, and
Hmm.
your friends and family are coming
Yeah. Yeah.
to root for you, and it's. I just thought that was kind of interesting analogy. And
That
she
is
loves
cool.
being on stage like that. She loves competing, so I just thought it's kind of
Hmm.
interesting analogy.
Yeah. No, it is, but it's true. It's true. Like you have like the whole glam team and yeah, it's great.
It was pretty
So
cool, huh?
it's bittersweet for me, but I agree. Like I do think I need to grow. So it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, I think it's probably a good move for you, I think. Yeah.
I
Um,
was planning on debuting at the Mexico Pro in
uh-huh.
October, but after speaking to my coach, he says that he thinks it's too soon. So
I understand. Yeah. No, I understand. No, I think it's good to give yourself time to grow like that, and yeah, like you said, be more competitive as well.
yeah, yeah,
Because yeah, when you're starting off in the pro leagues, it's kind of like starting all over again too, you know.
yep, definitely.
Mhm.
Especially when you're going up against the ladies that I mentioned, like Wendy and Jessica.
Oh, I know exactly. Yeah, they're tough. I know. There's some really tough ladies, and we have a new Olympia figure champ, Rhea Gale too. I really like her a lot too. So
Oh yeah, she's amazing, amazing. She's
yeah,
really, really changed her physique in the last couple years. She looks incredible.
she does. Yeah, I like her a lot. She's really sweet too. Um,
Yeah, good,
oh
good. I always love to hear that.
oh, yeah, no, she's cool. I was curious in terms of feedback from the judges. You mentioned putting on more size, but any in terms of where they would like you to see more size or just more size in general?
The more size was my feedback in 2024. This year I did get feedback as well. Um, One of the judges said, "Great look," which was nice to hear.
Nice.
The other judge did say she wanted to see a larger quad sweep.
Okay,
Mhm.
I gotcha. Okay.
Which I completely understand. And that was like my biggest weakness. Like I got my mom's chicken legs. Thanks, mom. So that's always been a weakness. Like my legs have never been this big in my life. So it's definitely going in the right direction. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. They still need work.
I gotcha. Your mom, dang it, chicken legs.
I know. Can't beat the
Oh.
jeans. Can't beat the
That's true. That's true.
jeans.
Um, I was curious, what do you think is your best muscle group, and what do you think needs the most improvement? And maybe the legs need the most improvement, or
I would say, yeah, the legs. I also like in cutting. I feel like I struggled the most with retaining fat, like on my hamstrings, like on the backs of my legs.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say legs for sure, both in leanness and also size.
Okay.
My strengths, I would say probably my shoulders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your shoulders look great. Yeah, definitely.
And that
Yeah.
was my feedback from my coach doing my post show assessment, which made me laugh and I actually posted it on my story. Like, this is great. I'm like, and this, yeah, and I agree. He said strengths, delts, needs work, delts.
Uh-huh. Oh, I like
He's
those.
like,
Yeah,
they can
those are
never
good.
be too big.
Yeah, well, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, especially a figure because you're kind of
Yeah.
getting that X frame going on. That's true.
Yeah. But I thought that was great. I'm like, yeah, I like where your head's at, coach.
I like that. That's awesome. I was wondering if there's any advice you could provide to ladies who are seeking to earn their pro card, beyond hard work and dedication, but any tips you could provide in terms of your journey?
Yeah, definitely finding the right coach for you. I would say not jumping on like the bandwagon of, like the super well-known coaches. Yes, they are well known for a reason, but I also feel like maybe sometimes they're a little too busy to give you
Hmm.
the attention that you need, especially as a newer athlete. I think they tend to focus a little more on the bigger pros, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, and sometimes, I mean, they are human. Like, there's only so many hours in a day. Like, it might not be because they don't want to be there for you. It's just like a matter of time, right?
Hmm.
So I would say definitely working with a good coach, but a good coach that you also can connect with. Like, I find both my coaches are like the male versions of me. We're
Oh,
so
no.
similar, and
Uh-huh.
it's just a really, really great relationship, you know? So I would say coaching definitely. And then once you find a good coach, listen to your coach.
Yeah.
That is what we pay them for. Like, we pay to listen. And sometimes you might not like what they have to say. Like, when my coach told me he thinks I need to grow before debuting, and I'm like, but I really want to debut at this show. And he's like, yeah, but do you want to like just go up there and get killed? Like, you know?
Yeah.
So we don't always love to hear what they have to say, but listen to your coach. Definitely.
I think that's great advice. And who are you working with for your coach?
So my coach, my prep coach, and he's kind of like my coach just all year. Um, yeah, I just, I work with him throughout the year, off season and obviously in prep. His name is Darren Starr. He's out
Oh,
of
yeah. I know that
Tennessee.
he's awesome. Yeah.
He is. He's really straightforward and like blunt and yeah, I mean it's worked so far. He's taken me this far in a very short amount of time, so it's great. And he was also like one of the only coaches willing to work with me when I first started because when I started, and that has since changed. But when I was starting, I was 100% carnivore, so I was not eating any carbs, only
Oh,
eggs and meat.
really? Oh, wow. Okay.
And when I was like, looking for a coach, I brought that up to him and he just said, well, that's fucking weird, but yeah, let's do it.
Oh, oh, wow.
I was like, all right. And
It-
and then, it did change. Like now I do eat white rice, but that's the only carb really.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing the carbs. I think that's important for
Yeah,
helping.
definitely. There's
Yeah.
no way around it. Like being carnivore, I was just like always lean, but putting
Hmm.
on size like that was hard. And then especially with like being an ectomorph, like there's no way.
Oh, yeah.
Just
No.
physically, I feel better when I'm 100% carnivore,
Uh-huh.
but I've adjusted to the rice, so it's fine. But yeah, so Darren Starr is my coach, and then this past show, I started working with opposing coach, which I think also made a big difference. I did, tell you that he was able to bring the femininity out of me a little bit more. So I
Yeah.
think he made a big impact as well on that pro card. His name is Lalo Mesqua. He's with Armor Training. He's getting pretty famous as opposing coach. He's good. He's really good at what he does. He has a dancing background, so and
Oh,
I remember,
wow.
and it's a guy, right? And I just kept telling myself, like, if he can do it, why can't I?
Yeah.
Like he's got like the hands down, I'm like, okay, no, like you can't let him put you to shame here with these moves.
Oh, that's terrific. That's great though. He sounds like a good coach too. It's
He is,
how
he is.
How long have you worked with Darren? And what was the other guy's name? Was
Lalo, with
Lalo.
that armor training. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Darren has been my coach since, remember the anniversary, January 4th of 2024.
Oh, okay. Oh, just 2 years then, huh?
2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was there for my first prep, for my regional show, June of 2024, and then for nationals in 2024, and then nationals again. And I think he's my forever coach. Like we vibe super well, and I've loved the results so far. So I think we're on a good path here.
I know he
Same thing with Lalo. Like he's, as far as posing goes, like I think he's the best. So
that's
he's there to
terrific.
stay.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrific. You got a good coaching team.
Yeah, yeah.
One thing I remember about Darren, and I don't know if he still does it, but he had a podcast for a while and he had some
Hmm.
really good interviews. But I liked some of the women that he spoke with was really good.
Yeah, no, for sure. I believe he was like a little hiatus from like socials, but I think he's back. So keep an eye
Oh,
out.
nice. Yeah. He's interviewed some great ladies. And I think I was watching him even before I started this podcast. So I was kind of learning from him a
Oh,
little bit.
nice.
So no, I have
Very
to
cool.
say,
Heck yeah.
I'm glad you're working with him. That's great.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's awesome.
I was curious, what would you say is the most challenging aspect of competition prep for you?
For me, from the prep specifically,
Hmm.
having to pee all the time.
Oh no, I've heard that from other ladies actually.
There were points when I'd be at work, like seriously considering wearing a diaper because like
Uh,
I can't just like run and leave a client and then like, sorry, I have to pee. So I'd just be holding it to a point where like my bladder would cramp. Like it was,
oh,
yeah, that part. And then also, like, I've been lucky my whole life in the sense that once I'm asleep, I am like dead to the world. Like, I would always joke that the world could end around me and I would sleep through it. So, and then I need like my 8 to 9 hours uninterrupted to feel my best.
yeah,
And this is
I
even like
understand.
before I started like training intensely and all of that. I
Okay.
need my sleep. So for me, having to wake up every single night to pee, like I think it's really hard for me because now it's like
Yeah.
interrupted sleep and I just don't feel as well rested as if I sleep through the night. So I would
Yeah.
say that's the toughest part for me.
Oh, I understand that. And I've heard that from other ladies too. And like when you're doing the water loading and you're just peeing constantly. And yeah, I don't think that's not much fun. And
No.
and I can see having you could have a catheter bag or something, or
Seriously. Seriously. Oh my goodness. And then because you are like cutting and losing fat, and our bodies also do excrete fat through urine. So it's
Mm,
just like you're living in the bathroom. So
yeah.
it's tough. And yeah, like I like seeing the fat melting, but oh man, yeah, part's tough.
That's
Especially
not.
because
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying because especially because of the sleep. Like the interrupted sleep is just really hard for
Oh,
me.
I understand that. No, I'm kind of the same way with sleep and need that. I'm like 7 or 8 hours, but I like it. Yeah, uninterrupted. And as
Yeah.
I'm getting older, I do have to pee usually middle of the night, and it
I've
can,
heard, yeah.
yeah, kind of sucks. Um, no, no, I totally understand that. The I was going to tell you something. I forgot what I was going to tell you. Um, Never mind. I'll get back.
It'll come back.
Yeah. Oh man. Um, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Is like maybe it depends. The di adult diaper company. They need to make like a bodybuilding line or something of diapers.
Seriously. Hey, that's a
Yeah,
good idea. We'll talk after
yeah.
the
They probably make some decent money that way.
show. Right.
Oh man. I was wondering what advice can you give to ladies who are looking for a good coach? You already delved into it a little bit, but like what should they
Yeah.
look for when they're shopping for a coach?
I would say probably reaching out to like either current or previous clients. And it's not just looking for like the results, which could be important as well, like seeing if they've got athletes with like pro cards and stuff like that, which ultimately, like in the end, it might not really be the coach that gets, that's not why they get that result. Maybe they're not looking for a pro card. Maybe they're
Hmm.
just, went through like a massive transformation and want to compete just for themselves.
Hmm.
But I think definitely reaching out to previous clients just to get a little bit of feel, like, how was their experience? Um, were they responsive? Did they feel like they were just another number, or like did they have like a good relationship with them? And then again, like I did touch on that, but just making sure that it's a personality match. I
Hmm.
think that that is very important. Just having like a good relationship and being able to easily communicate back and forth. Like I think is super important. I already mentioned like I feel like both my coaches are male versions of me. So
Yeah.
when we talk, it's like even before like I ever really met, like I actually haven't met Darian in person, but when I met Lalo, like it feels like I've known him forever, just because we're so alike that
Yeah.
it's like a brother. You know what I mean? We just talk like normal people, like to each other, and they're not
That's
like
awesome.
on eggshells when they give me their criticism and
Yeah. No, no, I think that's great.
yeah. So I think definitely that feedback from previous athletes, their clients, and making sure the personality is a match.
I think that's great advice. No, thank you for that. And yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I think that makes sense. You would check with the clients, the current clients, to
Hmm.
make sure everything is good there, and get
Yeah.
their advice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Now, in terms of the personal training and nutritionist business, is that your full-time job, or do you have a job outside of that?
Uh, yes and yes. So I actually am also employed at a gym. So I do see like clients at a gym,
Okay.
but I do have my online business as well.
Oh,
That's independent, and that's just through my website. I do offer like nutrition and trainer services just
okay.
online through my website.
Oh, cool. Which gym are you working with?
Right now, I'm actually working with Planet Fitness.
Oh, very
I
cool.
And it's funny, I personally I train in a private gym. I'm very lucky. But once a week I do go to a commercial gym, and I have a lot of choices here, and I loved Planet Fitness.
Oh, that's
I
great.
loved it. So I was a member there personally. And I even like worked out at their location when I was in Veracruz, Mexico. And I don't know, I just like I like them.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And
Aren't
it's
they?
always funny because my brother would say too, like, oh, it's supposed to be that judgment-free zone, but if you're a bodybuilder, they judge you heavily.
I've heard that. Is
Yeah.
is that the one that
But
has the lunk alert or something? The lunk
yeah,
alarm?
they
Yeah.
don't use it anymore. But yeah, that was it. I've actually heard that they have plans to change their mission statement and just like the vibe within the gym. So we'll see.
Really?
Gearing it
Oh, that's
more
interesting.
towards being bodybuilder friendly.
That's cool. I think that's great. Yeah. I always thought that was weird that they have the lunk alarm or lunk alert or
I
whatever. It
know,
seemed kind
I
of
know. Well,
antithetical
I
to.
mean, I get it. Like they were focused more on like the normie, like people who have never stepped foot in a gym.
Hmm.
And that's actually also why I decided to work with them as a trainer, because even though yes, I am now a professional bodybuilder, I also was that super skinny and like insecure person walking into the gym for the first time
Yeah.
and feeling way over my head and not knowing where to start and just being like really intimidated by,
Yeah.
the people in the gym, but then also like not knowing where to start.
Hmm.
So I understand that, and I like empathize for these people. And I personally, like as a nutritionist and coach, I have no interest in training athletes like myself.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
We are crazy, but I focus more on the normal population that really need help just to better their normal lives. Like I want to help get people healthy. And I feel like in this space I experience that all the time. Like I get people who are older who have never stepped foot in a gym who are now diabetic or they have high blood pressure because of their weight.
Yeah.
And I want to help them get better. If I could just help one person change their life around and like get healthy and strong, like that makes my life worth living. So
I love that.
So
That's
yeah, that's why
awesome.
I'm there.
Is the in terms of your so you haven't really trained bodybuilders, just all been lifestyle clients. So,
Yeah, yeah.
oh really? Wow, that's cool.
Mhm.
And how long have you had your business, your website and everything?
The website went up this year, but
Oh, cool.
I've worked with clients since I got my certifications. So like 2 years,
Oh, very
two
cool.
years.
That's
I
awesome.
also, before working at the gym, I worked in private drug and alcohol rehab centers.
Oh yeah.
Teach the connection between nutrition and physical wellness for mental health.
Oh
And
really?
these were people who were really struggling with like addictions with drugs and alcohol. So I did that prior to working at the gym. So I've always
Wow.
kind of been in that space of like, I really want to help people that are struggling just get
Uh-huh.
better. I mean, that's really what even launched my desire to want to be in the health and wellness space were my own struggles with my health.
Sure.
So I've seen the tremendous impact that having a healthy diet and just a healthy lifestyle can make to quality of life. So
That's
yeah,
great.
that's why I choose to focus on the normal population, not athletes.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, I understand that. No, that's great that you're doing that, I think.
Thank you.
Have you seen more people approaching you or more people at the gym because it's January? You know, it's like New Year's
Oh,
resolution.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet.
100%. Yeah, yeah. But I think it was I can't remember if it's January 15th or 17th what the statistic is, but they say that that's the day where the January resolution people like call it quits. Like that's the last day
Mm.
that they will step foot in the gym. So when I start work tomorrow, I'll see if I see a change.
Oh,
Clients
yeah,
and just the overall busyness of the gym. We'll see.
I understand that. Yeah. I have seen a few posts about people say, be nice to these people that are new to the gym because you want them to come back and you want them to help themselves, so because I'm sure a lot of people are coming in and they don't know what they're doing, so
Yeah, no, 100%. And
yeah.
honestly, I've always like taken issue with the people that like talk crap about like the New Year's resolution people. They're like, oh,
Hmm.
they're just outing my gym and they're like, they're not gonna be here in a month anyway. And I think that's such a messed up attitude to take. Like,
Hmm.
yes, trust me, like I had to wait 20 minutes for a leg press machine the other
Hmm.
day. So I understand the frustration of the people that are regulars that are there, 4, 5, 6 times a week. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like you have to see it from the other side, right? Like these are people who are like
Mhm.
are trying to be better, who are trying
Yeah.
to better their lives. Like, yes, like we should all be for like retaining them,
Hmm.
like I don't, yeah. And the reality is most of them won't stay, but I agree.
Hmm.
Like be nice to these people, and that's where it's my job, at the gym to help keep them there,
Yeah.
by
Oh, yeah.
eliminating some of that scariness.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's great. No, I think that I like your attitude about it too. I think that's
Thank you.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I was curious, do you have a husband or a boyfriend?
His name is Jim.
Oh, very cool.
No, it's a big joke of mine. Like I think I'm just forever married to the gym. Like I
Oh, I see.
live
Oh, you got me on that one.
the reality, like I've tried and also like dating in Los Angeles is absolutely horrible, but I'm sure it is in many places, but we're actually like one of the top in the world for worst places to date. So
Really?
there's that, but also just realistically, especially with prep, I just don't have the time to sustain a normal relationship. I really don't. Like I'm always either working at a gym
Uh-huh.
or working out. Like it is my whole life. Um Honestly, I don't know. And I also feel like the older I get, the less I am willing to put up with someone's crap and to
Uh-huh.
compromise.
I understand.
Like I have a
Mhm.
lot easier time just being like, sorry, it's not working out. Just like I'm out.
Uh-huh. I understand that. Yeah.
And I mean, and it's also not fair to the guy also. Like my last like couple relationships for the whole like almost year or whatever that we're together, I would only see them like once a week for a couple hours.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. Because your
And it's
schedule's so
just
busy, huh?
right.
Yeah.
And then realistically, that's not enough.
Yeah. I understand
So
that.
it's yeah, it's just not in the cards for me, I don't think.
No, that's cool. No, no problem. Why do you
Maybe
think?
I need like a long distance relationship.
Oh yeah, maybe. Why does LA one of the worst dating scenes, do you think? That's interesting. I hadn't heard that. But like I said, when I went to LA once, and I didn't really like the people that much there. I don't know if they seem kind of snotty and stuff, honestly.
100%. And I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, so I feel like I have the freedom to talk all the crap I want from Angelinos because I am
Yeah.
one. I agree, and honestly, like I've felt like this calling in my heart to leave here for a couple years now.
Hmm.
Uh, but my parents are still with me, and I want as much time with them as possible. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what keeps me here is family. My whole family's here in Los
Sure.
Angeles.
Yeah.
It's hard. Well, I had one brother move to New York recently, but my parents, for the most part, like I feel like the time that I have left with them is super important to me, and that's what keeps me here. But yeah, I'm so over Los Angeles. The people are passive aggressive. They're mean. They don't have manners anymore. Like it's rough. Especially like when I go out for walks a lot when I was cutting like in prep, I'm walking right out on the street because I can't do it on a treadmill. I feel like a
Yeah.
hamster, but I would just simply walk past someone and not even say hi because I know that that's not what Angelinos do, but I would just smile and they like look at me like I flip them off. Like, ugh.
Really?
I'm like,
Oh, no.
and then when I'm in Dallas, for these shows and I'm walking down the street to get some coffee, like, good morning, good afternoon. And I'm like, oh my God. Is this what people with manners are like in the South, that Southern
Uh,
hospitality?
yeah.
But yeah, so with dating, it's just there's no integrity, there's no honesty anymore. Like, and it's just, yeah,
Hmm.
it's really loyalty.
Yeah, I understand. No, I understand that. Yeah. And I can see LA being a tough place. Just yeah, I didn't care much for the people there when I was there. It just but yeah, it's something about being in the South. I think Tampa the people are generally pretty nice and it's
That's
kind of a
nice.
it's kind of melting pot here too, a lot of different cultures and stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
Whereas Miami is like, Miami's a little snotty. There are nice people there though. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, then there's like the East Coast where people are just like rude, but
Uh-huh.
at the same time, I prefer the rudeness of people from the East Coast because they're direct and they're
Uh-huh.
honest.
Yeah.
Like here, people are like passive aggressive and they'll
Yeah.
like fake being nice. You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? But it's like, no.
Uh-huh. I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. I actually like people in New York and Boston, I think are just,
Yeah.
yeah. And I found some really nice people there too, but
Mm.
their demeanor is a little bit, brusque, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that I appreciate.
Yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from. Now, in Los Angeles, would you say, I think of Los Angeles as being like the OG of bodybuilding and, Venice Beach and everything. But do you have a good bodybuilding community there, would you say?
Um, yes, but yeah, I don't think that it's what it used to be. I think
Mhm.
that it's becoming a lot more of like a Texas thing and even Florida.
Yeah,
Um,
I think you're
I
right.
feel like it's slowly phasing out here in Los Angeles.
Hmm.
It's definitely changing.
There are not
Yeah.
many pro shows there anymore, really, either. Yeah, except for
No.
Titans is one I'm thinking of, and there are some figure shows there, I think. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's definitely moving east for sure, and even Arizona is and Vegas are attracting more bodybuilding shows and more
Right.
bodybuilding
Yeah.
people, I think, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely Vegas. Yeah. And I mean, they've got the Olympia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is it's amazing to see the Olympia too. So yeah.
And then the
Um,
gyms too. I think the quality of the gyms, um, it's a lot different, and I feel like they're more extravagant in other places. It might be just because rent's so freaking expensive here.
Oh
That
yeah.
it's hard to have a really large
Hmm.
facility.
I bet. Yeah, I bet it is. It's so expensive and yeah, that you're not going to get wealthy owning a gym per se either, you know. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was curious, you mentioned your parents and how do they feel about your bodybuilding efforts? Do they support you and come to your shows and stuff?
No.
No? Uh-huh.
They my parents aren't like very social just generally, so I would never expect them to come to my shows. That's not
Mm.
like in their personality just at all. But also, like especially at the beginning, my dad had a harder time with it. Just because I'm a girl, right? And it's kind of weird that you want to look like a man and
Oh, uh-huh.
but yeah, so I definitely got some pushback, especially from my dad. My mom is a little more like, it's your life, do what you want, just please be
Mm.
safe. You know, she worries more about my health than anything else.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, but my dad definitely gave me pushback. He's becoming a lot more used to the idea
Okay.
now, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a struggle getting him there.
Oh, I understand. I know I've talked to some ladies whose their dads are like they're worried about their dad seeing them in a bikini on stage too. It's kind of awkward, you know. So. But
Yeah,
no.
my parents are also pretty conservative, so yeah, my mom didn't like that when, seeing me from the backside, she's like, "Oh my God."
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Like
Some
you
parents.
are in a thong in front of all these people and on your social media. Like where did I go wrong with you?
Yeah. Parents, yeah, especially old school parents can be like, what about this? It's gonna be a little controversial, you know. So
Yeah.
how about your brothers? Do they support your bodybuilding too?
Yeah, yeah. My siblings are more open to the idea. I also do have two sisters. They're like neither here nor there. Um, they're just like, okay, cool, I guess. Like you're kind of weird, but whatever. My baby brother is also into bodybuilding. Not competitively, but he's a big dude, really big dude. So
Uh-huh.
he's, I would say, my biggest supporter for sure, because he also
Wow.
does like bulking and he's done cuts like show prep, so he understands like how it feels, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. So you have seven in the family?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a
Yep.
big family. Wow.
Huge. Yeah, lots of kids. Same
Wow.
parents, still together.
That's so cool though. That's awesome. Yeah. Where do you fall in terms of the order?
I'm third eldest.
Third eldest? Oh, okay,
Mm,
cool. That's awesome
yeah.
though. Yeah. I have a daughter who's 20 now and she's an only child and I feel guilty for not helping her get some siblings, unfortunately,
Oh.
but she's got some really good close friends that are kind of like sibling stand-ins, you know, so that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
figured
No, that's
that'll work. You know. I was curious, do you have any kids? Are you interested in having kids later?
no and no. I am team no kids. Like we already mentioned, I'm 37. It's not in the cards for me. I honestly, it's not ever something that I wanted. Um, so yeah, I'm like, no, it's just not for me. Not for me. I do have a niece that's 3 and she's a lot. Like I love her to death, but I'm like, I don't think I can put up with you 24/7.
3 years old? Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
She's a
little
lot. She's a lot. But then
toddler
also
action.
like just with the lifestyle, like, and I know that there's ladies that have kids that are bodybuilders and they're like pros also, but they already have the kids, like I just don't see it fitting in my timeline. I'm
Yeah.
37.
Oh
And
yeah, I
I have
got
like
you.
these goals within bodybuilding, and that's my priority. And I haven't been shy about saying that bodybuilding is the love of my life. So there's lots of sacrifices that we make, especially as
Sure.
being bodybuilders.
No, I
It's
totally understand that. No, and I've talked to several bodybuilders who feel the same way. And and plus you've got enough siblings to produce grand
yeah.
for your folks so that you don't you're covered in that regard.
Yeah, definitely. I don't feel like I've missed out.
Uh-huh. And yeah, you could spoil your nieces and nephews and stuff too.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
that works out
Be the
too.
fun. I'd rather be the fun aunt than
Oh yeah, that's
then I
true.
get all the nice parts.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's true. One thing I want to mention real quick, just before I forget, because I didn't put in the questions, but you got to do a show with Joe from HD Physiques just recently.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We
cool.
did
And
a
you met
shoot.
at
That was
the
so.
well, he was there for LA Fit Expo, I think.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
where do you
we were
guys end
over
up
at
shooting?
Fit Nation in Norwalk, California, which
Oh,
is really
nice.
funny because if you've seen my stage pictures, yellow is my color, like
Yeah.
that is my color. So I showed up to the shoot in in my favorite like yellow sports bra and short combo that I have, and I show up and the gym is all yellow.
Oh,
And I had no
oh.
idea. And I was like, oh no, I hope I'm not just like blending into the background. But it actually looked really cool. So that was
That's
exciting.
great.
Like, hey, it's my color.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
it was a lot of fun. Got some cool shots. He sent me like a couple of teaser ones that I posted up on my page. But he's got a ton of stuff to sift through as well. So I'm
Oh,
like, take your
cool.
time. No rush, no rush. But there'll be a lot more coming for sure.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, he's a friend of mine, and I've actually helped the system on a few shoots, and but
Cool.
it's yeah, he'll have a lot more content, I'm sure, up on his website pretty soon too. So that'll be
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see it.
that's awesome. Yeah, he's a good guy. I was curious, do you ever find it hard to keep up with demands of social media, and have you seen an increase with your followers since you earned your pro card?
It could be a little bit demanding. Yeah, I've figured out that if I like focus one day on getting like my layout done for the week, it's a little
Hmm.
bit easier than having to like take the time every day to do it. And thankfully, like Instagram has like the scheduling
Hmm.
option, so
That's
it's
nice.
helpful. But yeah, it can be a lot. I was actually like completely dark for like 7 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
you couldn't Google me. I didn't have any like footprint on social media. So I was one of those, and like I loved like being invisible.
Wow. Oh,
But
wow.
recently, like in, starting to actually be in the competitive bodybuilding world, I started my Instagram and it's different. you know it can be a lot of work, and I have seen growth post turning pro,
Okay.
slow but growth for sure. Yeah.
How about in terms of like trolls or overbearing fans? Have you had to deal with a lot of that kind of bullshit?
um kind of, but honestly I kind of love the trolls.
Oh, you do?
I do. I do. Like I don't get I'm not very easily offended. um But I mean, I don't, it's not quite so bad yet, but I've definitely had the guys that'll like comment, like, are you a man or a woman?
Oh,
And I'm very like PC when it comes to like my socials. Like, I don't post anything personal, and, I don't like go off on anybody, like, or anything like that. But I did tell him, like, well, by your logic, if being muscular makes me a man, then what are men without muscles? Are they women?
uh-huh. Oh, I like that. That's a good retort. I like that one. Yeah.
And of course he didn't respond, but um I don't know. I feed off of those comments. Like they don't bother me, but unfortunately in the social media world, like female bodybuilders get hated on so much.
I
It's
know. Yeah.
incredible.
It
Where
does.
I've always
Yeah.
been of the belief where if I don't like something, I look away.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't like have this need to let you know how much I dislike what you're doing. Like that's you, do you. I don't have to look at you, you
Uh-huh.
know? So I've always found that very interesting about humans, especially on social media. But
I think the
it
fact you can be anonymous like that and I
yeah,
think they just have some meanness or whatever in their hearts or whatever. They just have to let it out. I just yeah,
yeah.
it kind of
And I mean, muscular women isn't everyone's cup of tea, and I get that, but it's like, well, what am I to you?
hmm.
Well, what do
Yeah.
you care if I look like a man? Like,
Hmm.
or if I am one? Like, what do you care? Right? Like,
Yeah.
are you sleeping next to me? Like, what?
Uh-huh. No, I understand. And yeah, it bugs me that they and some ladies do get really affected by it too, but yeah, just better to block them, I think. Or yeah, like the doing the retort
Love-
too.
I let
Yeah.
him be.
Uh-huh. Yeah, some of those
But bring
guys.
the haters, bring the haters.
Uh-huh. Well, they're listening in. They're going to be reaching out to you now. Oh man.
That's Beretta.official. She likes the hate.
Uh-huh. Oh man. I was curious, what do you think is the most kind of misunderstood aspect or the biggest myth about bodybuilding by the general public? And how do you respond to that when you're confronted with that?
I think the biggest myth by what we call normies is that like anabolic substances are magic.
Hmm.
And people think that the simple fact of taking steroids, you're just gonna like all of a sudden blow up and be this like insane muscular monster when that's so far from the truth. Like it
Hmm.
still takes an incredible amount of discipline and work to see progress.
That's true. Hmm.
So I think that's a big one. And I think also just the like fear mongering that comes with PED use, I would say. I think that people think they're a lot more dangerous than they are.
Hmm. Yeah.
Obviously, like I've had, friends in the past who are very careless with them and don't get labs done and don't check their sources when it comes to sourcing and
Hmm.
uh, just, they'll do whatever their sponsor says to do and they don't like, read up on anything. And there's like the careless side of it where, yeah, you're probably going to end up in a not very good place.
Hmm.
But the reality is that, people put all kinds of poison in their bodies every day and nobody bats an eye.
Hmm.
Like
That's true. Yeah.
people always mention like, oh yeah, but bodybuilders like they like die all the time and young because of like PEDs and yeah,
Hmm.
but have you looked up the stats about how many overweight people die every year because of like heart disease simply
Yeah.
because they're overweight?
Hmm.
I mean, it's like night and day. The numbers don't compare.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Hmm.
nobody bats an eye. So I think
That's true.
there's a
Yeah.
big disconnect there in misconception, I think, from like the normal population for sure.
It's one interesting thing I find because of that misconception about PEDs.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told that's maybe why like ESPN and the other sports networks don't pick up on bodybuilding, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll show like, goat racing or they'll show some
Breakdancing.
breakdancing. Yeah, just like weird stuff that doesn't really have any
Yeah.
appeal. And it's like,
Right.
but but I they explain that maybe it's because of PEDs. Although the other
Probably.
sports have PEDs involved, like
Yeah.
long distance bicycle racing and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't get it. I would love to see because I think back in the day when bodybuilding was on ESPN, it exposed a lot of people to the sport and got them interested in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I just feel, I don't know, it just always feels like a missed opportunity for TV not to cover it at all, really. I don't understand why they don't, but
And it might change. I think it's, as people kind of have more access to information, I think, and if people actually start doing their own research and stuff, and then social media too. I mean, you have
Mhm.
these influencers that are like blasting gear and they don't even compete, like just for likes and stuff. But I think it's
Uh-huh.
becoming a little less taboo. And
Yeah, I think you're
also,
right.
if you saw like the enhanced games that they're doing, I think they're starting like in May. Have you
Oh,
have you
yes,
seen?
I heard about that. Yeah, you're right. Uh-huh. I thought that was interesting. Yeah.
Like, let's see how high can a human jump. I don't know. Let's find out. So I think that's pretty interesting that they're doing that, and maybe that'll change.
You might be too young to remember this, but there was a spoof on Saturday Night Live. I think it was in the mid 80s, and it was for the all drug Olympics, and it showed like Phil Hartman doing weightlifting, and he like pulls his arms off, and he's because it was too heavy for him, and he's like
That's
standing there with
funny.
the blood coming out, and it was hilarious. And yeah, the enhanced games, I heard about that. That's interesting that they're doing that, though. I think it's neat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe it'll change in the near future.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I was curious, just a couple more questions for you. Do you ever
Hmm.
deal with like post-show blues? And if so, how would you deal with them?
No. So
Mm-hmm.
I recently became aware of how real that is,
Mm-hmm.
and that's terrible. I think, hearing that athletes go through that.
Yeah,
I am lucky thus far to not have experienced that.
that's
The
good.
the
Mhm.
biggest blues I would say was just coming to terms with maybe not competing this year, but
Oh
but it
yeah, yeah.
was
I understand that.
it it didn't like cause any true depression or anything. No, I've been lucky. I feel great post show.
Terrific.
I
Okay,
feel like
very,
I'm on top of the world. Even when I didn't win, like when I placed fourth, I was still like on cloud nine, like
uh-huh.
post show. Yeah, no, I'm lucky.
That's great. No, I'm glad you feel that way. No, and I know it is something that I think I think the ladies sometimes feel like if they're not, lean all the time,
Mm.
although the growth phase is important, but they just feel there's a little body dysmorphia type thing I think that happens, I think. But um
Yeah, and I mean that part, yeah. Like I told my friend who also competes, like, dang, I wish I could live in a world where like I could be walking around at 7% body fat and not die. Because
uh,
yeah, I mean, I love that hard dry look. Love it.
yeah.
I heck yeah, I wish I could look like that all the time. But I'm also realistic.
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
there's also like the part of the growth phase where I love feeling like a monster. Like when I have
Yeah.
that like extra weight on me and like, oh yeah, like my clothes don't fit. Like this is great.
Uh-huh.
But also like remember I came from like the side where I was 100 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've
Mhm.
wanted to be large my whole life. So I don't struggle with I'm fat. I love it. I'm like, yes, I've never been this heavy in my life. This is awesome.
I
And of
love
course,
that.
I'm a lot
Yeah.
softer, obviously,
Uh-huh.
right? Like I'm not going to be show lean like through that building phase. But I personally I love every season of my year whether I'm stage lean or right now like I'm in my health phase and I do feel like a little bit softer. I feel like I don't look quite as impressive, right? But I
Yeah.
still like I'm enjoying it and then I'm gonna love the bulk. So
That's awesome. No, I love that. I think that's great. And I think it's good to have that, positive attitude. And
yeah. Yeah.
as a fan, I just think all the phases y'all go through are really cool. I mean, it's amazing to watch the progression, through the course of a prep or whatever is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, is there anything that I missed that you'd like to address or anybody you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, some shout outs for sure. I couldn't believe it, but my last bikini designer, Bikini Lab Co., sponsored me this year as a sponsored athlete. So I'm
Nice.
super excited about that. So definitely want to give them a huge shout out.
Terrific.
Also, my Premier Peptides USA, they changed my life. They were the one of the reasons that I was finally able to get on stage, keeping me healthy and got me through my injuries after the car accident. So forever grateful to them as well, and just
Terrific.
is Darren and Lalo and my family. Yeah,
That's
and
awesome. No.
fans. Thank you guys for your support.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, definitely. The fans are great. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's one thing I ask that sometimes is like, did you ever think you'd have fans? Does it feel weird to have fans like this,
It does feel a little weird. It does feel a little weird, but it's nice, because it's a nice contrast from the haters. Like even though I feed off their hate, it's also nice to know that there are people who don't know me, who have never met me, but are also there to support not just me, but just the female bodybuilders in general, which is really nice because it's got a long way to go. Unfortunately, even in the pros, like the female side doesn't bring in the numbers that the men do, and
Yeah.
it sucks, but we're getting there.
Yeah, no, totally. I got you. No, I think that's great. That's something I would like to see more of, like when you go to a show or when you buy a live stream, if they could
Hmm.
survey the purchaser, like what are you here to see? Because I do think there's a
Yeah,
lot of fans that come to see the women, but yeah, the women definitely aren't making the money or the get the prestige that the guys do, unfortunately. But I think it's
yeah,
getting a little bit better. Um,
yeah. I'm hoping so. That actually broke my heart. I went to the Pittsburgh Pro as a spectator last year, and I was there for both the men's night and the ladies, and the difference in the audience size from one day to the next was really heartbreaking. And um, I saw, and she's someone that I look up to as well in the physique space, Rachel Daniels.
Yeah. Oh, she's
Her
great.
performance gave me goosebumps and like almost made me teary-eyed. Like I'm not a crier, like I don't cry. But when I saw her, I just like she's incredible, an incredible
Yeah.
performer. And yeah, just the fans weren't there, like not they don't show up like they do on the men's side. And
Hmm.
if you
Yeah.
guys, lady bodybuilder fans out there, make it shows, like try to come out if there's one near you because we could use the help for sure.
Yeah. I've noticed that too at shows I've been to, and you're right about that. Even at the Olympia, and there's a bunch of empty seats in the higher section, it's like, oh, it's kind
Mhm.
of, yeah, a little sad to see that, so,
Yeah.
yeah, but, and in terms of sponsors, you mentioned Bikini Lab, but do you have any other sponsors, or are you interested in picking up some?
Yeah, I mean, always helpful. Like again, I live in Los Angeles. Cost of living here is insane.
Yeah, I
And
know.
bodybuilding is a very expensive sport, like just the coaching, the supplementation, just the eating, like especially
Mhm.
when I'm bulking, it's a lot of food.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I do have Premier Peptides is a part-time sponsor,
Okay.
but they just help me with like the supplementation side.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, always, looking for good sponsors. Real sponsors, though, I've got some weird kind of offers in the past.
Oh, yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm not looking for a sugar daddy.
No, no, I understand. Yeah, real sponsors, real
Professional,
companies.
please,
Yeah.
please. Yes, would
I
love to hear
understand.
from you.
No, well, thank you so much, Maria, for this great interview. I really appreciate it. And it's a pleasure
Sure.
speaking with you. And I would you mind doing a quick bicep flex for me?
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah, looking good. Beautiful. Great biceps too. They should maybe should still do physique. I don't know,
We'll
yeah.
see how big I get after this off season.
Yeah, yeah, I know. We'll have to see. That'd be awesome. No,
But thank you so much, and thank you for what you do, what you're trying to do for the sport and the female space. I'm very grateful. So thank you.
thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. And yeah, best wishes to you and best wishes for a great off year, 2017 or 2016 and then compete in 2017. I'm excited for you.
2027, 2027.
I'm sorry. No, I'm getting my numbers all mixed up.
Well, I
2027.
wish.
Talking about Back to the Future here stuff. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no best wishes to you, and I think you're going to do
Thank you so
great.
much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
You too.